I don't think so. But it was still I think a really quality victory. And Roger, to your point earlier that we haven't necessarily played our best game for all 4 quarters, I agree with that. And Frost said this was, though, that being said, he said this was our most complete game of the year to date. So that does show growth to me. I think they didn't fix all of their issues. Obviously, we saw things like we talked about, like the short yardage and all that, but getting Taven back was great. Like you said, Owen Spell played really good at the left tackle position. The defense continued to play lights out despite having some big injuries. Horace Lockett, we didn't even, Sincere Edwards, who, a couple of days before the game showed a picture of him in a boot and in a wheelchair with a boot. So, despite the injuries and all that, I think, yeah, this team showed growth, had more explosive plays on offense. And of course, some of this is a byproduct of West Virginia being very, very bad. But you talk about a team that, like, we were in a position, after essentially blowing 2 out of the 3 games, or maybe even all 3 of them, if you want to look at it like where we could have potentially won all 3 of those games, to bounce back, show fight, not fold, and essentially get a must win if you want to keep your bowl hopes alive. There's, like Josh said earlier, there's the schedule going forward is not too easy. So West Virginia, of all the teams, being at home, being arguably the worst team in the conference, you had to get it. To go out and do it in that fashion and do some really cool things like those 2 fourth down touchdown throws, things like that, I think really did show growth of this team.